Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, get some jumpers, see what's going on in the world of spirit. How's everyone feeling today? This is April has an interesting new energy, and Spirit gave us a really neat energy update on Monday. So if you haven't checked it out yet, check out the podcast. I posted it yesterday, and it's the energy update for the month. So things that we can expect. But what's interesting is that Spirit's outline, I notice for myself when I'm tuning into the energy, I'm not sure what I think about it yet, which is interesting. It's new energy, new frequency, which is very valid. But sometimes new means we don't quite know what to do with it yet, or we don't know how it relates to us personally. So there's something really interesting about the energy. So I haven't flipped over what the jumper card is yet. I'm curious to see, because jumpers always represent the kind of umbrella or the overarching theme for the card reading. So we're going to see what it is, but I'm just going to pull a few more first. So I'm using the Awakening Avalon Oracle deck that we created at Avalon Spirit. Now let's see what the messages are. Okay, some consistencies. What is this jumper? So our jumper card was Swan Dive, Be Daring. I find this really interesting because, again, I'm like, there's this new energy. I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but it's action oriented. It's what March prepared us for. Remember, the energies of March shook up things, the alignments, all of that to prepare us for movement, more momentum, more clarity. And that literally is this Swan Dive card. It says, be daring, be willing to dive in, get in. So the overarching theme is movement. Because if you look at his swan dive, right? Like, he's in the moment of momentum. He can't pull back towards where he jumped off from. There's already a momentum carrying him. And I really feel that for this month. We already have a momentum. The train is on the track. We are in motion. So that's the energy overall. Now, first thing is the messages and numbers. Notice the numbers. Again, this has come up a couple times. So number patterns, number symbolisms are going to be really big for a lot of you right now. These are easy ways for Spirit to bring through messages of encouragement or insights, depending on the number. I did do a podcast a little while ago on number signs, so you can go back through the podcast to find that one to understand the base understandings of each number pattern, basic numbers. So notice what comes through for you on the clock, on street signs. License plate numbers is another big one. Gas meters, receipts. If there is a repeated pattern, like say you're seeing fives, and here I'm holding a card with a 5, there's something significant of that, and 5s usually dictate change. Some sort of change is happening in your life. So notice where that's coming up, why that's coming up, maybe what you're pondering when it comes up. Notice the numbers. Okay, now the clock is one of the easiest ways to see it. Spirit can so easily have us look at the time at a certain time, especially because most of us carry a phone, or we have a watch, or we're working on our computer. We have access to quickly glance at the clock at a certain time. So if you notice that's happening and it's repeatedly 5:55 or 1:11 or something like that, there's a message in the number. Same goes for if you are waking up in the night at a certain time of the night. If you wake up every night at 2:22 or say around 2 o'clock, there's energies in there. So if you know the number meanings, it can give you a little bit of insight maybe into why you're being woken up at that time, okay? Now, the next thing I want to say is we are coming up to a full moon pretty soon. And so we got this moon card, talk to the moon. Invite dreams and messages. So I love how this connects to the numbers as well that we were just talking about, coming up in that time, the time at nighttime, whether it be in dream state or whether you're being woken up specifically. Notice what's happening to you at nighttime, and notice how for many of you, the increase in being woken up, the increase in dream messaging is happening more and more as we get towards the full moon. And I do want to say again, in the April energy update, Spirit did say dream communication would be ramped up again. So there's a lot happening at nighttime too. So I love that because we're really starting to merge two worlds. And they're showing me really specifically like our waking state and our dream state are starting to merge a bit more. And that's not in a confusing way. It's more in a way that we are realizing how multi-dimensional we are. How we have a conscious waking life and we also have a astral dream life. And they do merge and mix and kind of coincide, but we can become more conscious in that dream state, in that nighttime state, in lucid dreaming. So there's a lot of, they're showing me like sparks in consciousness increasing this month for a lot of us. And for many of you, you will notice that happening at nighttime, okay? Also, they're saying, notice how when the busyness of the day settles, nighttime allows for more communication too. And they're showing me an imagery right now of like sitting down in the evening, reading a book, having a cup of tea. That quiet time allows space for spirit to come in. So you may even find when you're not even sleeping yet, but you're in that kind of like that slowing down mode, you get more clarity and information, spirit communication, divine insights, creative potentials that come in. The downtime, which we tend to find we can do that at nighttime, can be very fruitful. They're showing me like an olive branch and then like fruiting trees. There's a lot available in that time. Very cool. Now, the last card we have is the water clearing, water cleansing card. I love this. This says recalibrate your energy with the use of water. Now, I love when this comes up with the moon card because water and moons really go together. We know that the moon has an effect on our tides. Now, our bodies are made up of so much water. The moon energy also has an effect on our body. Everything with water in it, which really is pretty much everything on our planet, has a reaction to the moon's pull, usually in a way in which it's going to amplify something, amplify an understanding, a trigger, a thought pattern, or many. And the neat thing about that is when we use water with intent, it can actually amplify our ability to be a conduit, right? Amplify our ability to receive messages. So the pairing that I really like with this is if you use water cleansing at nighttime, like a bath or a shower, or you can even use it with a hot cup of tea, when you place the intent that your connection with that thing of water helps to amplify your ability to be a conduit, so it shall be. So for example, one of my best ways to tune in, if I really need to tune in and I find my mind is too busy, I will have a bath where I'm in the water and I'll have like a warm cup of tea or a glass of water where I'm also ingesting the water. And to me, that helps amplify my ability to be a conduit. Messages can come in with more clarity. I can go farther in an astral travel, so on and so forth. So consider how water plays a role, especially as we're creeping up to the full moon. And it's a full moon in Libra, and Libra is all about balance, bringing balance in. So maybe it will bring answers for you and messages of things that did whirl up for you in March. You'll be able to gain more clarity in April with those scales of balance that is Libra. So lots of interesting information coming through. I love that we are in motion, momentum. The train is on the tracks, it's moving. This is the energy of April in a new frequency. So we are on a new frequency track. So again, if you want to know more about that, how to kind of set yourself up for the energies of April, check out the energy update on the podcast. And I look forward to seeing what Spirit has to share tomorrow in the tune in, the Spirit's wisdom, where it's mediumship or channeling. Tomorrow, definitely check that out. And I will see you then.